Didn't mean to scare you. I'm sure that's not what you expected to see, was a close-up of my face. But I just wanted to say very early on that this is like my probably 30th attempt at shooting this intro, so I don't think I'm going to try anymore. I'm just going to run with what I get here now, and that's what it's going to be. So if it's incredibly lousy, I apologize up front. I am obviously not a professional photographer, videographer. I'm not in the business of making movies, which is probably painfully obvious now. But what I am doing is building an air camper. I've been building the plane now for, I think, a couple of months anyway. And along the way, I've come across some subtle nuances, if you will, some things that I believe can be done a little bit differently. And I thought that possibly these ideas could be used by others that are in the same process of building a Pietenpol air camper. And then I figured, well, why not just get it on video and see if you can get it out there and get some of my ideas out to other people. So I'm going to start with this really lame attempt as an introduction and talk a little bit about this particular video. My plan is to ultimately videotape and photograph and document the whole building process of the aircraft, and along the way send out some videos, not so much to lecture or to drive home a specific way of doing things. I just thought it may be a good idea to get some other ideas out there to people and see what they can do with them. So like I said, I've been working on my plane for a couple of months, and it's been a very slow process. As of today is August 25th, 2008. As of today, I've got one rib complete, and I've got two ribs in the work. I have one on the jig, and I have one off the jig getting ready for gussets to be put on the reverse side. And that is what this particular video is going to focus on. This video is going to be about acquiring the Sitka spruce and making a rib jig, making a pre-bending jig for the top cap strips, as well as going through the process of building the jig, possibly get into the building of the rib itself, and just some of the things that I've learned in the very, very, very short amount of time that I've been working on this airplane. This ultimately is what we're going to hopefully accomplish soon. There's many, many, many of these in the airplane, I believe. Or I'm planning on making about 30 of them. I'm not sure how many there are on the plane, but this is where we're going to go, and hopefully I can get you at least to this point. This is a complete rib. I call this a flight rib, just because this one is going to be actually used on my plane. This is rib number one. But this is where I'm hoping this video will get us to. And if you've made it through this intro without falling asleep or getting sick, then you'll probably be okay through the rest of the video, and hopefully I won't bore you to death, and hopefully you'll learn something useful. Alright, let's get to building. Hey everybody, just wanted to say real quick again, thanks for checking out my YouTube videos, and just a couple of real quick tidbits before you leave. If you'd be so kind as to check out my GoFundMe page, the link is down in the description of these videos. For those of you who find it in your heart to donate for this new cause of mine, I've got another project going on, and there's some really cool things I'd like to do with this aircraft, and again, that's all explained in my GoFundMe. But if you find moved enough to go do that and donate, I've got this horizontal stabilizer skin, and donors will get their name put on this skin, and ultimately when this gets filled and the aircraft gets finished, this is going to be hung up on the wall of honor in my hangar. Just a little bit of recognition for those donors who helped make the project a reality. Another thing too is, I'm sure you've noticed that even this video that I'm making right now is of the same or worse quality than the video that you just watched, and that's because, believe it or not, this camera is the exact same camera that I filmed the original hint videos with. So I just wanted to point that out. I'm not really sure why, but I know the video quality lags, but hopefully the information within is worth something. And the other thing that I want to mention real quick is, again, these are little snippets from my hint video DVDs, so a lot of these individual clips just kind of come to an abrupt end. That's just the way it is when I'm trying to rip these DVDs apart and re-edit them into small little segments, and they just kind of end weird at times. But that's it. That's all I wanted to say. And again, thanks, and I hope you'll come back, check out my channel, and see if there are any new videos and updates. All right, I'll talk to you then. See you.